Hi everyone and welcome to 3 Charts in 1 with me, Richard Perry, market analyst for Infinox on Friday the 15th of July. Now 3 charts we're looking out for today, factoring in this big dollar strength, this big market sell-off on risk appetite as well. So we're looking at sterling dollar moving lower, and we're also looking at silver breaking down. We're looking at the equity markets with the DAX as well. So straight into it with this cable chart. We're in a downtrend play, but actually we can sort of measure that downtrend back several degrees. We can go back pretty much to the beginning, well, over 12 months, actually 14 months of downtrend play, accelerating lower in these downtrends, and they're getting obviously worse. It's moving lower. It's moving at 118. It's broken yesterday. 117.60 was the reaction low yesterday. It just continues to fall. I'll put it on the weekly chart and zoom out a couple of levels, and you can see the next support comes in from 2020, the COVID low, the spike low at 114.10. So there is very, very little support until that point. So the sterling dollar continues to fall away. Lower highs, lower lows, selling off, negative momentum configuration on the RSI. Even the RSI is struggling around 40 now to get back above on the rebounds. So it does look as though this continues lower. And certainly this downtrend that we've got at the moment, it's about a 1 month downtrend, but that comes in, if I get the crosshair, it comes in around about 119 big figure. But you can see this on the 4-hour RSI. Every time it gets back towards that 50 point, that's where the selling pressure ramps up once more, and then it moves to hit a lower low. So we've got the support at 1760. Will that hold? Probably not, and it certainly looks as though the market was already starting to roll over. It's underneath all these moving averages. Selling into strength continues to be the way to play sterling. 1968, 1970 was the reaction high that needs to be broken as the initial resistance, but there's so much to do to consider a serious recovery, but certainly selling into strength remains on sterling dollar. Onto this silver chart, a similar sort of outlook. We've got the downtrend here, but we've accelerated away from that downtrend. You could arguably now sort of draw in another downtrend that's even tighter there. Just falling away, consistently selling off into strength. Intraday or little near-term rallies are being sold into. We've got that rebound that failed at 1940 to 1950 in the past week and a half, and that is clearly the resistance now. But essentially, if I put it on the weekly chart, we can see where we're going to, because you go out a level or two here and you can see that we've broken down that. I mean, to be honest, that breakdown below 2140, I think it was, the breakdown below that was the key moment, and that really has opened the downside once more. And we're looking sort of down at the sort of 16s and 17s now as the potential downside target, and you've got this momentum which is deeply negative but arguably oversold, but at the moment is no real prospect of a technical rally. You'd certainly need to break this little mini downtrend and get back above the 1950 area to suggest a serious recovery, but at the moment it doesn't look like it's playing that sort of game. It's looking still like a sell into strength for further downside. Put it on the 4-hour chart, you can see initial resistance arguably around 1880, little mini resistance at 1850, but 1850, 1880, that's sort of sell zone territory near term, I would say. And finally, onto the DAX, another market that just continues to fall away, lower highs, always pressuring on support levels, negative configuration on the RSI, failing, if I get that crosshair, failing around the 40 to 45 area on that daily RSI, which again has strongly negative momentum if that's happening. You can see this every time it sort of breaks down, it starts to find resistance at old support levels. Old support, breakdown, old support of a breakdown became resistance, and again here breakdown became resistance. So that would be what you're looking at. I think 12,375 is the initial support, but if you put it onto the weekly chart, you can see that that was a key reaction low back from March, the initial COVID reaction low. But look, if I go at one more level, then we could be coming back to the 11.3s if that gets broken. So this is again really strong negative momentum sort of selling into strength territory continues to be the way to play these equity markets. DAX is not in a good place at the moment. You can see this downtrend we've got here, which is resistance overhead. So you've had this little mini rebound, and even on this 4-hour chart, now struggling around this old support that we had throughout this week and back end of last week. So old support becomes new resistance, and again it's sort of moving towards a test of the support 12,375 to 12,450 area. So I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you again next time. Thank you very much.